You shouldn't say that.
Hey everyone, it's the Messy One here. Today we're taking a look at my top 10 list for the month of November 2025. We're about to head into Lens Fest, so I want to take a look at what I think are the top 10 characters right now. I think this meta is in a pretty good spot, but let's go ahead and get into it. At number 10, we have GT Spirit Bomb Kid Goku. This guy I think just barely makes the 10 spot. You could have Kefla here, you could have him here. Kaioken Goku could make it here. UI, I think this guy's pretty good. Even that Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but I think this guy just does way more. Of course, he's very tanky. He has the Solar Flare, which you can tackle into. He's on GT, which is a very good team carried by the Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. But it's just, I don't think this guy does enough off of the GT team. On Saiyans, he's just a good blue character. But he's at number 10, that's why. At number 9, I actually have Super Saiyan 3 Goku. This guy, I think, is pretty good. Just the fact that he can, he's a purple, so he can kind of get through these greens, like Full Power Frieza. And also the fact that he's very good on GT because he supports GT. He's going to be giving GT 15% damage, GT, and so they're going to get 40% damage to allies because it's going to count the GT damage and the ally damage as well. It's pretty good. He has the Death AoE. I could see maybe him getting replaced if GT gets help during the festival, but maybe. This character feels like he was the biggest skip, and he really did not impact the meta as much as, say, a Purple Fusion Zamasu did. Anyway, let's play that number 9. Number 8, I have LF transforming UI. This guy, I think, is probably the only offensive blue character we have right now. We take a look. We have 13, but he's not really an offensive character unless it's against, a Super Saiyan Goku, which there's no red of those. But this guy's pretty good. Of course, he has the dodging gauge, which allows him to just be able to buy time. Most matches that I use him on, I can just use him to stall. He does do good damage against Red Fusion Zamasu, who is a big problem right now, just because, we haven't seen a good offensive blue character in about 6 months. That should show you something. Okay, we got a new purple, that's good. We need a new blue. That's why I'm hoping the part 1 character, one of them is blue, to really put these reds in check. Take a look. Cell is very free right now. Zamasu is very free right now. Kaioken Goku is very free right now. Just Goku's pretty good. And he's pretty annoying to deal with still, even after he transforms. He's got the counter. He's got, of course, the cost increase when you hit him to the current character. He's got the very hard-hitting blue card. I think just what he's doing... Unfortunately, his main team, Universe Reps, is not very good. That's why Kefla is not on this list. Kefla, I think, would be way better if her teams were better. Universe Rep and Fusion Warrior aren't good. That's why she's not on this list. That's why he's at number 8. Now, at number 7, I have LF Kid Goku. Since his unique equipment came out, I think he's a pretty good option. Dragon Ball is a competitive option. Of course, this guy, I think, is the best Goku in the game right now, but... I just think on an individual level, he's not doing enough. On Sun Family, I would rather use Namek Goku, the Ultra. Just the fact that this guy's pretty good on the DB team. You use him next to Tambourine and Jackie Chun, who are not on this list, but they're pretty good. They'd be honorable mentions. They're pretty good. But this guy has some really good things. He has stuff count down on his blue card by 5. He has Vanish Restoration 3 times on his green. He has a very hard-hitting ultimate. But he's very content on having a defeated battle member. Look at this. His unique gauge, I think, has some stuff. He's not as content as having a defeated battle member. I thought he did. Oh my god. Yeah, but this, look at this. You need a defeated battle member to get the 60%, 80% damage. I think Kid Goku does a lot good for his teams. Maybe when DB actually becomes a competitive team that's actually very good, I think DB is an A-tier team right now. It's not the best at what it does, but it's not the worst. The big problem I have with the DB is they can take hits, but they just don't have any ways of stopping combos. They have 0 disrupt. That's why he's at number 7. Now at number 6, of course, we have, where is he? 6, we have, of course, Ultra Full Power Frieza. I think this guy is actually still in a good spot. He's still very good. Like on the Namek team with like, you put him on team with like UI and like Namek Goku, and he's pretty good. His Death Beam, we haven't had anyone that can counter that. Like, they're gonna have to introduce a counter Cage character to counter these Death Beams. It's pretty good. He's got, of course, Cover Null. He's got the lock-in on green. He, of course, has the buff removal from Endurance. He's pretty good. He's on, of course, PO, LOE, whenever they get help again, because LOE is just not a competitive team at this point. He's pretty good. Of course, he has the active gauge, like I said. He has this hard-hitting ultimate. He has, of course, the blue card, which gives you health restriction debuffs. It's pretty good. Like, and his disrupt of just increasing your cost by, what is it, 15, I think? When he's hit by enemies arts. Yeah, 15. And he's getting increased something so good. That's why he's at number 6. Now at number 5, I have Ultra Namek Goku. This guy I haven't had much experience in, but I've played like good 30 matches with him. He's pretty good. Namek Goku, he's supporting, of course, when his gauge fills up twice. He has the AoE green card, the lock-in, the blue card with the feint. Just pretty good. Like, you guys see me use revisited characters, I will put him on the team, and the revisited character in 13, that just is a very solid team. I just think Namek Goku, of course, he can't even take a hit from Red Zamasu, just because Red Zamasu shreds him in half. It's just very good. The KO guard's going to age very well, because it's a team-wide revival, basically. But I think I'd rather him activate the KO guard so I can get the most out of the heal. Because those characters are barely alive. Like, they revive with, like, what, 800,000 health at most. That's why he's at number 5. Now, number 4, we have a character I don't have, but I know how good he is. Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. This guy is pretty good right now. I'd say he's the only Ultra that doesn't really have a check. Like, the amount of damage this guy does, like, he just spams 4 of those blast cards with his release gauge up. And he just does everything. Like, this guy, I think, once blue characters get more introduced, he can take a lot of damage. Like, UI Goku can be a problem for him. 13 can be a problem for him. Of course, because he draws so many blast cards, 13's Blast Seal can be pretty annoying. So, yeah. I mean, we're just going to spam speed through these. You guys know what this guy does. He has a range blue. Of course, he has the cost increase in the card ceiling when he enters his disrupt. That's where he's at number 4. Now, at number 3, I have LF Android 13. This guy, I think, is how you design a character, like LF's. He's a character that does his role very good. He's a support character. He does not do a lot of damage. He tanks okay, but his job is to be a support. He has that mega disrupt where the first time he is hit, one time he's destroying their entire hand, sealing their main ink, reducing their Ki by 100. Of course, has a bunch of callouts to Goku, where if he's facing a Goku, he'll increase their soak count by 3. He'll reduce Dragon Balls twice. Can combo his green. He nullifies after downgrades normal conditions on green. Now, one thing 13 does have an issue with is Ki. Like, most times I'm barely able to get his gauge and get into a different character. But he can do good damage against Gokus. Like, Super Saiyan Gokus, he has so much blue card damage against them. He's supporting most teams, so he can help characters, like, be able to thrive again, like God Goku. But I just think how he's designed, I just like. But one thing I can tell you that's annoying is the blast card ceiling, because I forget about it. You're going to forget about it. It just happens. Anyway, that's why he's at number 3. Now, number 2 and 1 are going to be a shared spot between LF Fusion Zamasu and Ultra Fusion Zamasu. I think these guys are pretty good, depending what team you're fighting. If you're fighting, like, the future team with Future Gohan, Red Zamasu is going to be the better character because he just rushes, and if Future Gohan takes that hit, it's just you win the damage game. But I think this guy's pretty good. Just the fact that he kind of bypasses this new design philosophy, because you take a look at what he does with his gauge. The following effects when the character uses a strike or blast. It's a second unique ability. He's increasing his card draw speed for 5 counts. So he can technically get like 3 levels of card draw speed because he already has double card draw speed. This guy can combo you forever, and just the fact that you can't really stop him. He has, of course, the Vanish Recovery when he has the attack type gauge. He has the Dragon Ball Destruction with the defense gauge. It's just the Paralyze on blue card. Like, it's just... all this stuff that he does is so stupid. And then we go into Ultra Fusion Zamasu, who is the biggest threat right now. He, of course, puts Frieza in his place where Frieza cannot do much. And I think this guy is just pretty good. Of course, he has the Death AoE, which is going to do AoE damage. He's going to inflict paralysis on you. But if you switch... one thing I forgot about 13, if you switch in and out 13, he's going to remove that paralyze. But that's what I think. I think the meta's in a pretty good spot with Powerful Opponent. Powerful Opponent is probably still the best team in the game with 13 and the Zamasus. But yeah, I think there's some characters that you could make as an honorable mention. Some of the Dragon Ball characters like Tambourine and Jackie Chun. Of course, there's characters like the new Goku and Gohan. Gohan I really like. I'm not the biggest fan of Goku because he just can't take a hit. Of course, we got characters like Kefla who are still solid, but they just don't have good teams. Anyway, that's my top 10 list. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one.
Even though she is in love, I am still heartless, yeah. Like a like mine. I was that first young nigga rockin' money. Yeah, nigga, yeah, I'm blood like money.